Okay, we're going to go ahead and lesson 1.3 is not that long, which is why I feel like I can go ahead and do it real quick. Okay. Well, you probably have a couple, you might have a couple more, or did you get yours done? Okay, so we're going to get those finished. If we get a moment at the end, we can check on them too. And this is where, guys, keep in mind, I'm available during homework too if you guys are working on it and need help there too. Okay. Okay. Lesson 1.3 is real numbers and the number lines. And some of what you'll see here is square roots. Okay. As we look at square roots, you guys remember what it means to be a square root? But how would I know what to divide by? It's not that we divide by 5 for the square root.
Is it like the base?
No. For a square root, we're doing what number times itself. So in 25, it's what number times itself gives me 25.
5.
And that is 5, correct. Now, we're going to work a little bit. We have several things. I just realized maybe we don't have as much time as I thought, but we'll do what we can do. I'll clean up any issues tomorrow, okay? That's what it's going to come down to. Yeah. Now, a little bit of vocabulary. You hear me say the word radical in terms of math, okay? The radical is that square root symbol. So if you hear me say radical 25, I'm saying the square root of 25. Okay, so I will often refer to a square root sign as a radical. The radicand refers to the number under the square root. Okay, so the number under the square root there is a 25. That's the radicand. Now, I will tell you guys, if you don't figure it out, there are square root buttons on the calculator that can help you also.
Would you say the radicand was?
The number under the square root symbol. So the number 25, or whatever number is under the square root symbol, is your radicand. Okay. Now, okay. Square root of 64. What number times itself gives me 64? This is where those of you that know your multiplication facts, it's going to be a little quicker than others. The rest of you might have to go calculator, right? I love the look on your face there, Chloe. Square root of 64.
8.
8, does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Think about it. 8 times 8 is?
64.
64. Okay. Ryland's not answering the next one now. Square root of 121. I got it. Now, if you don't know it, grab a calculator and try
How
it.
do you do square root on this?
How do you do a square root on the calculator? What is it, Chloe? 11. Now, if you're using one of my calculators, which keep in mind you want to be familiar with, because on a test, you can't use the calculator on the iPad. Okay? You can't use the calculator on your cell phone.
I know, I have a calculator at home. I just haven't grabbed it.
So to do a square root here, see the square root symbol is right there.
Oh,
So I'm going to do second button and square root. And now I type my number. So if you're doing square root of 121, you just type 121. But I'm just saying, you type 121 there,
Oh.
and it will tell you 11.
Okay, so this next word would be okay.
Okay.
I got you.
Now the next one, it's square root of 81/400. It's a fraction. But I don't want you to look at it as a fraction and say, whoa, I can't do a fraction, Mrs. Sargent.
I knew it.
It's not a fraction. Shh. Okay? Ryland's band,
Is it 9?
Chloe's band. Hold on and let me talk. Okay, now, listen. I need you guys listening here, okay? Yes, talking with me, but also listening when I'm talking. Square root of 81/400. It's not a fraction. It's two numbers. Okay, so just worry about the two numbers. So, David, what is the square root of 81?
Isn't it 9?
It's 9. So, square root of 81 is 9. So 9 is going to go on top.
I do the bottom one.
Nope.
Alright, got the bottom.
So now, nope. Square root
Oh,
of 400. I'm either down to Lily or Robbie. Okay, Lily, it's yours. If you don't know it, grab the calculator.
Here, I'll toss you one.
I accidentally got it first try. I wasn't even trying.
Oh,
Now,
that was
let's not
nice.
throw them next time.
Oh my.
Now, here's something else to think about.
Bro's gone.
Here's something else. Think about just the square root of 4 and then the 0. Do you know how to do a square root on this calculator? So it is, oops, sorry, it's that, the second function right there. So you have to do second, and then that button, and then you type whatever you want the square root of. Uh-huh. Okay, there we go. Lily tells me the square root of 400. Robbie, listen. Square root of 400 is 20. So if the square root of 81 is 9, and the square root of 400 is 20, then this answer is 9 over 20.
Isn't the next one gonna be?
Nope.
I need to see the following kids in the middle school office.
Okay, Robbie.
Jackson Heights, Mahela Bay, Autumn Buster, Lucy Nickham, Ethan Woodrow, Braden Sampson, Isabella Stewart, Riley Dean,
You'll get
Rick Shively, Travion Trotter, Eli Eder, Cooper Leininger, Natalie Sargent, August Salinas, Addison Sluka, and Emily Hartley, please.
What name?
That wasn't. You're not one of the quarantine 6th graders. My daughter's name was in there. It's a 6th grade quarantine group. Okay, so on this one, where do you do square roots on this one?
You know, but
They're getting one.
yeah, all more.
It's in school quarantine, but yeah.
Do they not work actually?
Can they quarantine?
Yeah, oh wait, go back.
Unless they have.
Okay, so square root. So click
It's
square root,
contact tracing.
and then type in what are you supposed to be doing the square root of?
So 0, 30.
0.36, or just 0.36 is fine. It equals. Okay, Robbie, what's the square root of 36 hundredths?
0.6.
0.6. Okay, and this is one.
0.6.
Can you see 36? The square root of 36 is 6, yes?
Yes.
So it's just a matter of where do we put the decimal. Okay, it's just a matter of where do we put the decimal. Now, real quick, I just thought of something. Hold on. Well, no, that's not what I was going to say. You know a bunch of those kids are in gym, because Natalie's in gym right now. Okay. No, I don't care that you called Natalie. That wasn't, I just want to make sure you knew they were in gym. Okay,
Have you posted the homework already?
Yes.
It wasn't showing.
Don't worry about it right now. Okay. The other part, and this is where I'm probably going to have to finish some of this tomorrow, but another part of what you are doing today is looking at types of numbers. And I do have in my notes that we're going to have to talk about estimating and comparing square roots as well. So I may have to finish these notes tomorrow is what I'm realizing. Okay. Debating how I want to do this. Okay, well, stay in the notes with me. We're going to use all of our time here, guys. Okay, let's talk about the types of these numbers real quick, because some of your homework involves categorizing numbers. Now, Math Excel makes it nice. They let you do multiple choice, right? But a rational number is any number you can write in the form of a fraction. Okay, any number that can be written in the form of a fraction is a rational number. I like to say non-messy decimals. Okay, that's an easy way for me to tell you guys, okay, what is it, if it can be written in a fraction, it's a non-messy decimal. Or another way I could say it is decimals that end or repeat. Okay, decimals that end or repeat. Now, that's one category we'll talk about. Natural numbers. You know how to count?
Almost, yes.
I hope so.
Did you learn how to count like back in kindergarten maybe? Maybe before? Okay. So natural numbers are just the numbers that we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice they start at 1, and it's just all the whole numbers. What's the difference between natural and whole?
It's not at 0.
Notice here in the list, a whole number starts at 0. And then it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. An integer, it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, but also
Either way.
negatives. And then irrational numbers. Stay with me in notes right now, please. Okay. Don't worry about your junk over there. Stay here.
Okay.
Irrational numbers are numbers that, notice what it says, cannot be written as a fraction. So it's the opposite of rational. Rational can be written as a fraction. Irrational cannot be written as a fraction. A decimal that does not repeat or end. So up here it's decimals that do end or repeat. This is a decimal that does not end or repeat. I like to call this group the messy decimals.
What kind of name is that?
It is what it is. Are you guys familiar with pi?
Yeah.
Not the pi we eat, but the math number pi.
3.14 something.
Okay, 3.14 something. Does it end at 3.14?
No.
No, there's 1,000 numbers. I looked it up
Okay.
and it goes on.
Yeah, it doesn't end.
So there we go. Pi is an example of an irrational number because it does not end and it does not repeat. And then the other category we're going to talk about, a real number. Guess what? At Algebra 1 level, everything we talk about is a real number. And so those are the classifications you're going to see in Math Excel that you have to be able to classify a number to. Okay? Hello.
Student feedback, please pardon the interruption for today's afternoon announcement.
I do not, because I usually bring them down after quizzes and tests, and I haven't done it yet.
Before you get on them.
So.
Seniors, if you are not intending to sell your discount card, please.
Might have to do that. Okay.
Anyone interested in beer tutoring, please leave this clinic.
I need to.
Attention students, the semi-formal is scheduled for January 22nd. Don't forget to get your tickets. If you are interested in track, there will be a call-out meeting January 20th in the cafeteria. Also, there will be no tutoring this week. Tutoring will resume on Tuesday, January the 18th. Have a great night.
Okay. Listen. Tomorrow. Okay, so here's what I want you to do tonight. I want you to look at the homework, and I want you to try the ones you can. Am I expecting you to be able to do it all?
No, ma'am.
Not necessarily. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Tomorrow in class, I will probably do a little bit more notes to help you make sure you know what you're doing on that. And then you'll also hopefully have some work time. Now that's if we can get in here and settle down and focus. Okay? So we have to be able to get on task, and that's we'll work on that. So that will be our plan. If you guys can come in here, get motivated, we can get focused and worked. We'll finish 1-3 in class, and you'll have no homework over the weekend. Okay? Okay.